Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday morning.
It's only Tuesday.
I feel like I'm a little bit. We talk about storms. We've had a really stormy summer so far, and last night I actually woke up to the storm. And I usually do. I have fans running, sound machines,
It got
my
you,
own
huh?
makeup, pretend rain. Yeah, and I was like, what the heck? And it was like from 1:30 to 3. I felt like, and then it was time to get up.
So did you drive into any of it, or it was done by the time you drove in?
No, it was pretty. Yeah,
It
it
was
was
done?
done by the time I came in. Did it wake you up?
Oh yeah, I mean, it woke me up, couldn't get back to sleep for a while, and I was like, scrolling through social media a little bit, and I was like, okay, I better get back to bed. And then of course, when you do that, it's like,
It's way
wait,
harder.
what?
Than
Oh
just
yeah.
staying up. Although 1:30 to 3. Yeah, it just was kind of a wild night. Now a little bit cooler. I think we're just in an active pattern, but I like it hot, and it sounds like hot weather is going to come back.
It's coming back?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's going to
good.
come back. But it does seem like every time, maybe it's because we've had hot weather that always cooks up something.
Well, and the worst part about this whole thing is, like, we talked about how beautiful Sunday night was. I went out for a walk, and I was just completely enjoying it. And then all of a sudden yesterday, I mean, my back looks like I went to a mosquito farm and just said, here you go. I mean, it is unbelievable how many mosquitoes are out there, and they're all over me. And you know how you get those mosquito bites, you just, they have that kind of like, and you're like, oh.
You must taste sweet.
I guess so, right? But I don't know if anyone else has had that experience. Have you been eaten by the
Yes.
mosquitoes this year?
But I'm a big, I bathe in DEET, so I'm like, I do not like mosquitoes, so I'm always spraying my feet. I know last weekend when we were out on the boat, one girlfriend of mine, Heidi, kept, horseflies were biting her toes, and those hurt.
Those hurt.
And they were swelling, her toes were swelling because of it. So, and I know my daughters, what is the little stick of that you put on a mosquito bite that really makes it stop? It's like, I don't know, I can't remember what it's called now, but
I can't either.
I've
but
tried
I've seen
just
those.
about everything to get rid of the itch of the bites.
Oh,
I've done pretty
man.
good because, like I said, not everyone likes to wear bug spray. I get it. But
Yeah, and I just thought, hey, I'm going to be out on the street and going through, and thought, oh, no big deal. And sure enough, they get you. And it's like, it's right in that spot in your back where both
can't
hands
reach.
can't quite get. You're just like,
You need
So
one
if
of
you
those
see
those claw back scratchers.
I was going to say, if you see me up against a wall today, like doing one of these, you'll know why. Because holy cow.
Well, I think they're doing some more spraying, and of course, when it rains, and we had a night like last night, if it's windy or rainy, they can't spray. So I can't remember the emails are always coming in. I feel like Grand Forks is spraying a lot, and I think Cass County has spraying plans. So there you go. You asked.
We need
and
to
they
double
will
that up,
deliver.
fellas, because it is wow.
Okay, let's jump right into the crazy video of the day. Usually we kind of save this for the end of the first segment here that Cordell finds for us. Harrowing moments captured on camera. People are always rolling these days, and I feel like we've been hearing more about this, so people just, don't approach the wildlife. A bison actually charged at visitors in the Yellowstone National Park in Montana. So take a look. You can see two people there running, and one person falls. This is serious. You can see, everybody's screaming, I guess, and I couldn't hear exactly in the video, but there are voices saying, just play dead for the one person who fell.
Oh.
And, you've heard the bad joke, I don't have to be, the fastest person to get away. I just have to be faster than the person. It's a terrible joke when you look at this, because here it is, once again, one person falls and the other one keeps going. But here's the thing, that play dead, it worked. The person just laid there, did not move. The bison just checked her out a little bit. And then if you keep watching, I don't know, sniffs and then walks away. I don't know. I think this is incredible because it's scary. And I know one of the last videos we showed of this, a woman, an older woman, I think, was sent to the hospital. Like, they did ram her and did some pretty serious damage.
There was a young girl last year having the same thing. There was a bison in Yellowstone, and she was running. The bison, you mean, what are they, like 2 tons, they look like, at least, right? But like within a snap of a finger, they're at like 30 miles an hour, and so you figure, oh, I can outrun a thing that's 2 tons, and all of a sudden, whoosh, they come up on you, and they show this girl just
Flying.
getting flipped.
I remember seeing that.
But speaking about playing dead, I should have sent this to Cordell to play as well. I started with the weekend. It must have been like in Latin America, because maybe it was somewhere else, but these people were speaking Spanish, but there was a black bear and 3 women standing there, and he's like, kind of, like, I hate to say this, but bear hugging this one girl, and they're all just standing there like this. And he kind of swipes at their leg, and they just, like, can you imagine? You have to just stand there and be super chill when this bear is like,
So that's my question. When I look at that, and I guess there's that, freeze, or what is it, flight
or fright, yeah.
I don't know that I could just, unless she just did freeze and it wasn't a conscious, stop. If a bear is there, are you able to just stand still?
And when you see this video, I mean, this bear is literally kind of swiping at her, but obviously the claws didn't do much because she just sort of moved a little bit and then stood there, and everyone's like, just stand there, just stand there. But even that person sitting there, I mean,
easier said than done.
Can you imagine having a bison
right?
And you're just like,
right, all it would take is one.
Just
poof,
yeah. Poof.
So if you're planning to go to Yellowstone or out to Medora to the Theodore Roosevelt National Park, keep your distance from the bison, because my goodness, these videos, every single time I'm like, why are they so close?
Enjoy the visuals, but yeah, give yourself some space. And remember, those things, they're fast.
We know that. The bison are fast. In real life and on the football field.
Exactly.
Okay, this is a fun one in case you don't have plans this weekend, Chris. Here you go. Wine and dine your wife in honor of National Wine and Cheese Day coming up this Saturday.
Nice.
Cheez-It and House Wine are coming together once again for this limited edition Cheez-It and Wine combo box. I love this. I joked earlier, this is the second year they've done this. So the first guy who brought this up, hey, this is what we're going to do, how much fun do you think that everybody had at his expense, right? That's ridiculous. That will never work. Last year, it sold out in a matter of minutes.
No.
Yeah. So this year, it's different than last year. This year, it's a Cheez-It White Cheddar and House Wine Rosé. If you're not a fan of rosé, they say, don't worry. White cheddar Cheez-It. If you don't like the white cheddar, you can just do the original and buy any box of wine. I think I've had Franzi, box wine, can wine, it all goes with Cheez-Its.
I was going to say.
This is the second year, like I mentioned, that Kellogg's and the original House Wine have teamed up. Last year, Chris, that probably would have been more of your, choice. It was a red wine, a fine, dry red wine.
This is why we needed Trader Joe's. Remember when Trader Joe's, maybe they still sell it today, but they had the $2 chuck? The Charles, whatever it was. Oh yeah, that was the hottest thing at Trader Joe's. You'd walk in and have these $2 bottles of wine. They called it $2 chucks. It was Charles something was the name of the wine, and you would just go in and people would buy obviously dozens of them. Anyone
at home remember drinking Boone's Farm? Do you remember Boone's Farm?
I remember.
Yeah, a little strawberry wine. So
wasn't it a box thing too or something?
No, it's a bottle.
Oh.
Way classier than that. That was a $2 bottle of wine. I think that maybe a bar downtown. I'm maybe I don't know. I haven't had one there, but I think what's Pickled Parrot? I think the Pickled Parrot does bottles of wine like that.
Nice.
It's like a big wine cooler. I think.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty much what it is. But the good old days. That brings me back to my good old days when I could actually drink a bottle of that and not get a stomachache from just how darn sweet those whole things are. So.
Do you hear some 90 tunes in your head right now too as you think about it?
I know, I do actually. Good stuff. Hey, we have a great show planned for you today. Stay with us. Coming up next, we're talking to a local race team who is part of a YouTube docuseries. Stay with us.